my dream phone is just combining other good pieces of other phones.
Okay.
So like I would take the screen from the S22 Ultra. It's incredible. But then I would take like the chip from the iPhone. And I would take the charging from Xiaomi's phone. And I would take the cameras, the chip, sorry, the CPU, Xiaomi.
Xiaomi.
Xiaomi is a Chinese company that
You don't know
has,
Xiaomi?
Not technical.
Yeah.
Come on.
Xiaomi?
Xiaomi makes some crazy fast charging phones.
Okay.
The iPhone is one of the slowest charging phones in the world. You probably don't care because it's fine.
Maybe you're using the USB-A. That's a slower. I don't know if you know that. The USB-C is a little faster now.
All of the iPhones are slow charging.
Okay.
15 watts, just for some context.
You guys know Xiaomi? You know
They
that
don't
phone?
know that shit, bro. Alex
how
don't know
fast
that.
does
Alex
Xiaomi
thought it was
charge?
tech window.
I know Huawei. Huawei.
Huawei.
Similar. They're competitors.
I know +1 again.
OnePlus, yeah.
OnePlus.
Yeah.
You guys are just
Same
bobbing. You guys are inept. Okay.
But like your phone might charge in an hour, 0 to 100 in an hour. That's pretty good, right? Xiaomi phone will drop like 100-watt charging and charge up in like 17 minutes. 0 to 100 in 17 minutes.
Wow.
Which seems insane. Like I would take that from that phone.
Right. Yeah.
I would take the
Does that
cameras.
fatigue the battery over the long term?
Theoretically, no.
But
Because it's all heat management. Like heat's bad for batteries. And pumping tons of power into a battery is going to generate heat, but they will go overboard on cooling and make sure it's like, oh yeah, this thing never gets hot.
Okay.
So theoretically, no.
Okay.
That's kind of all I can tell. But I've you use the phones and you charge it up and it's crazy fast. I just think it's so convenient to like, oh, I've got 20%. I'm about to go out. Let me just plug it in for 3
5
minutes and it's
I'm
at
good for the night.
60.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's all I needed.
Okay, so you said, and then cameras from...
Cameras, I would combine the Pixel and the iPhone's cameras right now.
Okay.
I would take the still photos from the Pixel and the videos from the iPhone.
And then operating system.
I would take Android from the Pixel.
Over Apple.
Yeah. And this is like a personal preference, but I'm a customization guy. I like messing with the way my phone
That's
looks.
what I've
and
heard.
works.
If you look at the phone like a computer and you want to customize, then
Yeah.
Android. And if you're like us,
Yeah.
you just want to text and
Every iPhone home screen looks the same. It's 40 whatever icons, folders. That's it. You
But
got
the
some widgets.
seamlessness, though, like between all the products of an iPhone.
That part is nice. I would, there are kind of pseudo other ecosystems that work similarly, and I think like Apple's ecosystem's pretty good, but as far as like, I use a smart speaker. Google makes one of those. I use like a smart doorbell, a smart camera. There's Google versions
there's
of that.
another ecosystem
There are other
that works in
ecosystems
the
you can make it work, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be missing like the HomePod or anything like that.
Oh, dude, they got to let you make a phone.
Yeah.
That'd actually be a really cool experiment. I'm trying to say what outside company would do that, where they would make this mutant phone.
Yeah. There's also a difference, though, between the mutant phone that I would want for myself and the mutant phone that I think people would buy.
Would work.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the people buy?
Because the one that people would buy would be closer to like, Asus makes a phone called the Zenfone 9.
Okay.
I would take that. It's a smaller phone. It's got a great fast screen, but I would take a fast screen from like a smaller iPhone. Like give me the iPhone Pro 120 hertz OLED in that Asus Zenfone. So I'd start with a smaller body. I'd go with a smaller camera, and I'd make it a little bit of a cheaper phone. Because the phone I want would be like $3,000. It would be all the nicest things from every phone.
Of course.
But the phone that I would make would probably be, you'd have to be competitive with price. That's part of the things people want in a good phone. So it would be $900.
you could just do the Apple thing where you sell that one and then walk us up to the 3,000.
That's true. That's true.
Has anyone Frankenstein this and actually put that battery into an iPhone, or what's the...
No, it's tough. Like these phones are so like tightly packed. Like you can kind of maybe if you want do, well, I mean, yeah, they're all kind of they're just built. Like if you like the Samsung screen, you can't get that screen on another phone. If you like this Google camera, that's the only one.
I'm so sorry. I'm so curious. You're at this point where you have so much consumer trust, right? Mm-hmm. And usually when you have consumer trust in an industry, not usually, but a lot of people go turn that into consumer goods.
Right.
You're in this perfect position where everybody goes, hey, he tells us the truth about the product.
Yeah.
Now, if you put out a consumer good that sucks, they'll lose all faith in you.
Gone.
But if you put out a consumer good that is good, that trust continues and you're monetizing it on the other side. Have you thought about putting out a headphone or any type of piece of tech?
It is the natural evolution of what I for a long time been thinking about this. I don't know what that product would be yet because of the behind the scenes that I've observed in so many of these categories where I want that level of input, but I don't know if it's possible to do exactly what I want. But yes, I think the obvious way of capitalizing on this trust is to make a product somewhere in the sphere of things that I review. Yes.
And I wouldn't even look at it as like only capitalizing. It's like providing the product that you know the people want.
Filling something that doesn't exist yet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a phone is hard, but there's lots of accessories. There's lots of, and even some of my fellow creators have made really interesting things like cases or laptop stands, things like that. Like there's cool stuff out there, which is nice. And they're actually unique and really useful because they're a creator and they think like what we want. And I'm like, I want that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely for sure. It's going to happen. I just don't know what it is yet.
I mean,
have
the
best
line.
online store because then you don't need to worry about like that product. You can't push your product if you know that there's actually better products have been developed with all the money that's behind them. But an online store of your best reviewed items. Just
An honest review too,
great.
like what you wish you did different about it.
That's what I pictured. I was like, I need to review my own phone and then say the things that need to be said about the phone because other people are going to review it too and they're going to find the same things.
Yeah,
and then
this hurts to say because I fought really hard for this. But
exactly.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You know how they say the tech that we're using now, the government has tech that's like light years away. Have you ever seen some shit that like has blown your mind?
Ooh.
A little bit. I think I asked Neil deGrasse Tyson kind of a similar question along the same lines, and he's like, yeah, there's endless examples in the space programs and things like that. As far as what I've seen, basically a lot of these companies, as part of their like showboating a little bit and like making you feel good, they'll show you the behind the scenes of things and like unreleased products and like what went into making some stuff. I've seen some stuff that is like really far out that they started with and then they sort of like shaved down into a normal looking product. And some of that is really curious. Like in the car world, there's crazy concepts. In the laptop world,
Tell us. Come on, give us a little something.
The car under the tarp that I can't talk about. There's a lot of those that are like, yeah, we started with this. And sometimes they show that at like CES. They'll show you like a crazy concept car that's never going to exist.
Yeah.
And they'll go, damn, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then that car never ships, but then a year later, one with the same name will ship that looks kind of a little bit like it, but not really.
I remember Nokia did a YouTube video about how they were going to make a phone that you could like change the shape of it to charge from
Like
the
wraps
sun.
around your wrist.
Wrap around your wrist and all that. And it was like, I was watching it the first time, I thought it was so cool. Then I watched it again, I was like, this phone's never coming out.
Never happened.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Elon Musk is the one that says he wants the prototypes to look like the real thing. So like the Cybertruck is coming out when it looks exactly like.
I think that's smart.
Because that's a real thing. Lots of companies, they'll make a sweet looking concept car and it never comes out. And then the car, like Porsche did this with the like Mission E, and it was like, that's a sick looking, like crazy electric car for their first EV. And then the Taycan came out, and it was like a normal looking car, but it had the wheels from the concept car.
What's up, guys? That clip was brought to you by Rocket Money, okay? This is the personal finance app that allows you to manage subscriptions, lower bills, build a custom budget, and grow your savings all in one place. That's right. They're canceling unwanted subscriptions for you safely and securely. You don't even got to call up a company. They got your back. They're lowering your bills. They're literally negotiating your bills for you. All you got to do is send them a picture of the bill, tap a button, and they got your back, and monitoring your credit card score, and much more. So if you're ready to save some money, go to rocketmoney.com/flagrant or click the link in the description below to get started for free or unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/flagrant to get started for free. Click the link in below.